At this place in history with the Vermont Historical Society, Steve Perkins is here with me as always, and you have a special guest.
I do. We brought President Chester Arthur with us today.
Mr. President.
There we go. A man known for his whiskers.
I wonder why.
That's right. So Chester Arthur is actually the first president who was born in Vermont. And so he's born right here in Fairfield. We're at the Fairfield town offices, which just so happens to have a little museum to the president right here. So Presidential Library, here we go.
Excellent. So tell me about Chester A. Arthur.
So Chester Arthur, there was a lot of debate about where he was born. Some people said, oh, he was born in Canada, so could he really be president if he was born in Canada? His father was a minister, and so was somewhat itinerant, moved around the North Country a lot. But it's now proven that he was born right here in Fairfield. We're not sure exactly where in Fairfield he was born, but right here in Fairfield. At the age of 2 or shortly before that, he moved up the road about 6 miles from where we are right now to what is now a state historic site, the Chester A. Arthur Homestead. Not necessarily birthplace, but homestead, where he grew up. It was the parsonage of the church that his father served in.
He was the 21st president. What was he famous for?
So what was he famous for? He succeeded James Garfield. James Garfield was assassinated, and Arthur became president. So the two presidents from Vermont, Arthur and Coolidge, both succeeded presidents when the sitting president died. So kind of interesting thing about Vermont presidents. But Arthur, he was an interesting character. He was part of the patronage system, and he worked out of the Port of New York. He was a collector of tariffs and really well known in the political realm in the Republican Party. He became vice president somewhat as a concession to the other wing of the party that didn't want patronage involved. Ultimately, he became president, and his biggest thing was getting rid of the patronage system. So something about that idea of the office changes the man, that certainly took place with Chester A. Arthur. The other big thing he's known for is he redecorated the White House. He went to go move into the White House. He said, this is horrible. The decoration in here this looks like an army barracks. So he hired Louis Comfort Tiffany to decorate the White House. And so he had the White House completely redecorated by Tiffany, and this thing was just, a Gilded Age explosion at the time. So, and there's actually a stained glass window right here in this room that came from that time period of him in the White House.
Oh, amazing. All right, so Coolidge or Arthur, who you got?
Who do I got? I suppose I'd have to go with Coolidge, but we're talking about Arthur today, so we'll give props to Chester Arthur.
All right, way to go, Mr. President. At this place in history.